Deme D, man, fan. Hip hop, what's good? This is the DagogetaTv. I am your guy, Deme D, Mr. Everywhere, you never there. This is an episode of On Deck with Deme, my industry interview series, where I'm tapped in with the culture with guys from all facets of the game. And I'm happy, I'm excited today. I got one of my favorite artists, got blazing the torches right now. Jae Skeese, what's good, my guy?
I'm not the usual, I go against the grain. I'm not the usual, I go against the grain.
I was on my mission for money, hella things was coming secondary, like the month of February. Faking snake vibes, you never catch them near me. As far as rap, I bury cats like Pet Cemetery. You about the east side, pavement is frigid, this ain't Antigua. Keep your long johns and your Timberland, get your fleece right. Niggas reppin' street sign, plus it ain't no respect for a peace sign.
What's going on with it? How you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. Thank you for pulling up.
Of course.
All the way from
Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo, New York. Y'all cooking right now, and I appreciate you. So I got a spiel that I like to start the show with. I like to start off with what does hip hop mean to you?
Man, hip hop is everything to me, bro. Like it's been my life since I was about 11 years old. So, it's something that I love dearly because it allows me to just, really express myself the way I feel, the way I grew up, everything I saw growing up, and just put on for my homies and put on for my family.
Dope. Hell of an answer too. Hell of an answer. And everything you just said, kind of, those are all the questions I have for you too. So that kind of makes it a way easier segue. So I did want to start off with that. I could tell from your music that you're passionate about it, but you said 11. I didn't know if that was the case, so that's dope. So 11, who's your favorite, or who are you listening to at this time at 11, 12, 13?
At that time, man, I was heavy into like Jay-Z.
Okay, Hov, of course.
Yeah, Hov, of course. I loved Prodigy around that time.
You're ready.
You know what I'm saying? Prodigy was my dog. Nas was my dog around that time. Like one of my first CDs that I copped though was Nelly, that Country Grammar.
Okay.
Yeah, that was one of my first. And then the very first piece of music, it was a cassette. I copped Shine.
Oh, the
self-titled album. Yeah.
So don't skip over that real quick. What did you think of the Nelly album?
The Nelly Country Grammar, that was the illest shit ever. Like at that time,
it was
it was a movie, bro. Like from the skits to the songs, that was a well-constructed album, bro.
I can't say I was surprised. I just wasn't really
hyped about it. It was a new wave.
Let me check. Yeah, I'm like, let me check this dude out. Mm-hmm. And what'd you think about Shine?
Shine was crazy. I remember the day when I got that joint, I went to Record Theater. If you're from Buffalo, you know what I'm talking about. I went to Record Theater and I copped the cassette. And that day I took it home and I was listening to it because I loved Bad Boys. I loved the single.
That shit was hitting.
And I was listening to that shit at the crib. And that night I was going to my grandmother's crib to go and listen to the joint. Or no, I wasn't going there to do that. I was going there to stay the night. But I wanted to take the tape with me. And my mom was listening to it as I'm listening to it or whatever. And she was like,
that's dope.
If you want to take it with you, she was like, just make sure your grandmother don't hear it. Because I think the commission came on and he was talking wild on that joint.
What you gonna do when shit hit the fan?
Take it like a man or snitch like a bitch. Like he was talking
Grandma,
crazy. Nah, for real. This is my great grandma, so rest in peace. She wasn't going for it.
Trying to scare grandma to death.
Yeah, for real.
But nah, that shit was hitting though.
Yeah.
I kind of was, I don't want to say fronting, but I kind of was resisting on Shine too, but his shit was hitting too.
Yeah, he was dope. There was a lot of cats I think was kind of fronting on Shine just because of the voice.
Yeah, I get, and the way they marketed him too. I guess that's what Puffy did on purpose.
Yeah.
But if they didn't do it like that, but yeah, Shine turned out to be solid.
Yeah,
and shit.
he was dope. Hell yeah.
But yeah, see, and that's dope because I figured we can have these type of conversations, man, when listening to your music. I'm not gonna act like, I've been there the whole ride.
Yeah.
I wanna salute my guy, Cartoon Beats. Salute to him. During our interview, he put me on to you, know what I mean? I don't know how I ain't catch up because I listen to Conway heavy, but you do have a lot of shit before Conway.
Right.
So I'm gonna assume, not gonna assume, but I'm gonna say or ask, being that, you're a hip-hop junkie, right? Mm-hmm. All right, you down with the squad. Mm-hmm. So 11, 12, 13, 14, when is the point where you're like, all right, now I want to try this shit?
I mean, like I said, I've been into it since I was about 11, 12 years old.
From then on?
Yeah,
okay.
From then on, like, I started out, my homie Scoop Dollar and his cousin Ron P. Shout out to the guys, man. They always wanted to be rappers because their uncles rapped. And I was always around, but I was always just beatboxing and, you know what I'm saying, listening to them. And, you know, one day they told me go home, write some rhymes, see how it come out. And I went home, wrote some rhymes, and it was dope. You know what I mean? For that age.
For that age, okay.
And, you know, that was where I got my start, man. And, you know, we used to record on the karaoke machine. Then we leveled up from the karaoke machine. We used to sit there on the computer. We used to use the 2 speakers, the old school joints.
Okay,
One of
so
them
yeah,
we would
you,
plug
yeah,
into,
yeah. So
you know,
because it wasn't all of this digital shit.
yeah, you had to plug one into the mic joint. You had to plug one into the speaker joint, and you will rap. We would hold the speakers like this, and it would pick it,
or
pick it up.
headphones or whatever.
There you go. Yeah.
So
We used to record on Music Match Jukebox, 1 take.
Yeah, you ain't get all them takes because you ain't had all them tracks. But all right, so yeah. So
That's a
all right,
fact.
you on it.
Hell yeah.
So, all right. So now you spitting at this time. What I do want to say though, before we do the whole memory lane thing too, right? You have projects out right now.
Correct.
So I want you to mention the one you have out right now and the one you say you have coming too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I mean, right now, I mean, we got Pain Provided Profit out. It's me and Conway the Machine. Shout out to the Machine, man. It came out on Drumwork Music. You know what I'm saying? Really the first project that came out on Drumwork. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
And
it's fire too.
Yeah,
Fire.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And the reason why I brought that up because all of it ties in as far as just your writing is incredible, my nigga. Like
Thank you. Thank you.
Your
Appreciate
writing is incredible. Your style, but you have. So what I do appreciate though, right? You're running with Con. If you listen to Griselda, you know what time it is. You know what type of energy they on, what type of time. But I feel like you're not on that time. You still have the same swag and wave. So you fit right in, but you still on your type of time. And I think that shit is so fire. And with this project, Pain Provided Profit.
Yeah.
You guys got some back and forth shit that I'm like, it's crazy. And it's crazy because you're not talking about the same shit.
Yeah.
And you're not trying to be on his time, and he's still doing him. So I just want to definitely salute that. Yo, I think it's La Chop, and I'm terrible with titles nowadays.
Yeah,
Man.
the
So
joint,
many music.
you talking about the joint where we go back and forth?
Yeah.
What is that joint called? Cocaine Paste.
Cocaine Paste.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think like those, you know, I think Khan is just he's one of the god MCs, man.
Incredible.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the
So,
guy.
you know, and I consider myself to be skilled as well. So I think outside of the content and the bars, I think just on a technical level, because we both have like a great skill set as far as rhyming, that's kind of why it works. So he could be talking about, you know, he got the 30, you know what I'm saying, he go get his young boys on you, whatever he say, you know what I mean? And I could talk about, you know what I'm saying, my struggle, or I could talk about the kicks getting fly, I could talk about that, because that's just how I do it, but I still got an ill way of doing it, so, you know what I'm saying, it meshes well, I think. You know, some people, you know, they may think, oh man, like, you know, it's like backpack, Skeese is doing backpack, and Skeese is doing, you know what I mean, bubblegum shit, but, you know, it ain't that. You know what I'm saying?
You say bubble. I gotta say though, you know, we listen to rap. It can be seen as backpack because you're not flossing to death, but you flossing though.
Yeah, right. In my way.
In your way. But what would you say they would say bubblegum though? I don't think.
I've
it's
seen
not like
it.
murder, death, kill. Type
Yeah,
of shit.
right.
Okay,
I've seen it. I just, you know what I'm saying? Like I scroll sometimes and I see it, but you know, people just talk and they say whatever they say.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I can see what you're saying, but I guess you know just the lyricism. Because one thing though, Con is a rapping ass nigga.
Yeah, for a fact.
That's a rap. There's a few of these guys that I guess people don't consider them rubber. Like yo, they rapping money. I guess because they saying whatever.
Yeah.
But I just want to talk about the production on there. I seen some names I'm not really familiar with. How did you guys pick the producers for this?
So for the single, well, first of all, for the first track, I think Grey Matter, he did 4 of the tracks on there. He did Cocaine Paste, he did Late Chop.
Fire.
He did the last song Food, and he did one other joint on there, Stephon Diggs too.
That shit is crazy.
So Grey Matter, he was already connected with Con.
Okay.
And, you know, he was sending batches of beats, and we was just really going through, because we recorded that joint in like 48 hours. It was more like 36 hours. So you know what I mean? Like we was just going through batches of beats, and you know what I'm saying? Like just going through. You feeling this joint? Oh, all right, cool. Like let's pen to it. So that was how it kind of came about. And then Real Six, he did the single, Metallic Fives. I met him.
I should have said hit hard.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I met him. We were in Copenhagen doing a show, and you know, after the show, he pulled up and he was like, yo, he was actually taking pictures, and he was like, yo, like I do beats too, like I'm nice. gave him my beat email, and then he sent them through. And we were actually stuck in
like
Copenhagen for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Where is that? That's New York.
That's
right?
in Copenhagen. That's in where was that? Denmark.
Okay.
Yeah, over in over in England.
Nice.
And you know what I'm saying? We was stuck there for like a couple of days because we, for something with the flights or whatever. And I was sitting in the hotel room, and out of like the 100 beats he sent me, that was like the one that stuck out. And I said, yo, next time we in the studio, I'm playing this for Conway. And that was like that was actually the first record we made. And
Nice.
we was sitting there, and I'm like, yo, I got this joint from the homie over in Copenhagen. Played that joint, he went crazy. And then Immaculate Reception, the homie Zulu made that one. And it was just a situation where somebody reached out to me, and they wanted me to rap on their beats or whatever. It was the homie's brother. And, we got a little situation, and, I went off that joint, and it was like, later on I played it for Con, and he was like, nah, that shit dope. We need to just put that on the tape. You know what I mean? So that was the only one we didn't make in the session for the album. Right, and then the last one is Promise, and that was by Ill Tone Beats. You know what I'm saying? And my man Ill Tone, man, he's one of the illest. He's like my go-to engineer in the town as well. He's done some work with like BSF. He used to work with Purple City. And you know what I'm saying? Like he's been in the game for a long time. He's a vet.
Got about to say,
good
you got
dude
a vet
too.
in your corner. That's always a good thing.
For a fact. So he put it together, man. He's actually got one of the records on my album as well on Abolished Uncertainties, and you know what I'm saying. That joint is one of the illest beats on the record. So.
Okay, so you reaching out and giving opportunities, giving chances. You ain't just on it. Got to be. From this channel, this avenue.
Right. I feel like just because of how I came up in this shit, I kind of feel like I gotta give opportunities and at least give an ear to something, because you never know. Shit, you might run into some of the illest shit you never heard before, just on the humble. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like my situation was kind of like that. Like shit, Khan hurt me one day. I was just on the humble. We didn't know each other. We was from the same town, but we didn't know each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I did want to, because you got work before that. But before we move on, I do want to say one last thing too. The trio, you and Love and Khan, that shit is sick.
Love is better than everybody.
Love
is better than everybody, bro. Like
genius,
I don't care.
Yeah.
Like don't call her a female MC.
Nah, she's official.
Love is just an MC, and she's better than everybody. She's the illest. Like I can't wait for her to start dropping her content, man, because y'all gonna see, like, bro.
Yeah,
like,
you got to get on the GagogetaTv, man. I love the whole trio, but that's a good finding with the two of y'all. But you do have a project coming out.
Yep. It's the project. It's not a project. This is the project.
The project.
Abolished Uncertainties, man. It's coming 3/24. It's the illest shit you ever heard in your life. It's my life.
Listen, I know it. They need to find out if you're not already tapped in. I can only imagine. I don't even know where I want to go with that, man. Abolish. One more time.
Abolished Uncertainties.
Abolished Uncertainties. So I'm gonna just go with the titles, man. The album titles, the song titles. I mean, I guess it's clear. Your passion for it, because they're very creative and they're not just thrown out. I want to start with what's your first official project? Is it the subjective joint?
So my first official project was really it's called In Search of Symmetry. That was like my first street album. Before that, all I was making,
put together,
like all original beats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I put the real push behind it, and that came out in 2013. And everything before that was mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? That joint, it's not on streaming. You can actually still get it on my Bandcamp though.
Nice. Yeah. So from them, I just want to go over some of the titles. You got Subjective Humility, Asphalt Calligraphy. This shit is crazy. The what is it? I can't even say some of this shit. The Iroquois Pliskin.
Yeah, Iroquois Pliskin. Yeah.
Pliskin.
Yep.
You got the Revolver Oscillate.
Ocelot. Yep.
Ocelot.
Yep.
The Authentic. What is it?
Authenticity Check.
Authenticity Check.
Yeah.
Like these are some sick titles, man. You're not just coming and throwing shit up. Man. So
right.
These are like lyrics.
Yeah.
So how do you? Do you already have themes when you coming up with the album, or is it just the feel?
What I like, cause even going back to like the bars, right? Like I strive to try and say things in a different way. So if a motherfucker say, yeah, I'm gonna run down with the 30, You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, how can I say this in a different way because it's been said 50 million times already. That's all. Like, it ain't no idea under the sun that's new. You know what I'm saying? So all we doing is just recycling.
Pulling it off, though.
You feel what I'm saying? So, but with, you know, Revolver Ocelot and Iroquois Pliskin, so just to give you a real idea of what I was doing, when Crack in the 90s came out, that was the first song that came out where I was featured on the record with Conway. So if you remember, I don't know if you remember the record, but I said, I'm young Revolver Ocelot clapping at solid snake. My brain is sharp as surgical scalpels when I operate. You know what I'm saying? I had like another rhyme scheme, but that's a character from the game Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, so I've been this is crazy I even got a chance to ask you this shit. I've been dying to know. Like, that was your shit?
So that was my shit.
Something deeper than that.
No, it was
Metal Gear Solid was the shit.
What it was, that was my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to love that game when I was a shorty. But what it was, when I said that line on that record, I remember the day when it came out, and I remember being on Twitter, and I, you know, typed in my name, and I was scrolling and shit. I'm getting added all day, but I'm also scrolling and looking up my name. And when I was looking it up, everybody was quoting that line, and everybody was dropping pictures and memes and shit with Revolver Ocelot shit. They like, yo, who the fuck is this on this record talking about Revolver Ocelot? Because who knows that? You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Who knows that? And so when I was like 12, 13 years old playing this game, because Revolver Ocelot was the first real boss that you had to beat in the game. And I remember when he came onto the game and like you learn who he is and shit, I'm like, yo, that name is ill as fuck. Because, you know, Revolvers, they don't jam up.
The dialogue on that whole shit is
crazy. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So Revolvers don't jam up though. And so I'm, you know, 12, 13 years old. I'm like, yo, that's how I want to be when I spit. When I rap, I don't ever want to jam up. Nice. And so I say, yo, if I ever, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be one of my AKAs if I ever really get on. You feel me? So it worked out to where when I put that line on the song, I put it on there because I was trying to create that character and it worked. So then later on that year, or the next year, or no, it was later on that year, 2021, when I was, you know, getting ready to, you know, put out this project just to kind of heat shit up and keep my name buzzing before we went on tour. I was like, yo, I might as well call this shit Revolver Ocelot because the shit was already working. People already knew me from
that
it.
energy out there. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And so then I said, yo, why wouldn't I just take the character, get the character drawn up with my face on there? I knew an ill-ass artist. Shout out to my man Solstice Art.
Covers, your covers too.
Yeah. And Blame Boogie.
Crazy.
Yeah, Solstice Art and Blame Boogie. Between them two, like Blame Boogie is more so on the creative execution side, but my man Solstice Art, he hooks up the actual characters and all that. But yeah, I was like, you know, let me just put it together. And then that was how Revolver Ocelot came together. And then after that, I dropped Iroquois Pliskin. That was the EP that I dropped last year. And Iroquois Pliskin is one of Snake's AKAs.
That's what I'm like, yo.
You know what I'm saying? Because I could have just called it the Solid Snake EP. But again, this goes back to how my mind thinks. Like, let me say this without saying. Let me say it in a different way.
Yeah.
Iroquois Pliskin go with one of his AKAs.
Yeah, it was crazy, yo. Cause I'm like, yo, this guy. And then even listening to your shit with the kicks, and yo, the diction, your diction is crazy.
Yeah.
I gotta say, like you're saying, I see now. It's an intent. You say shit differently, but it's natural.
Yeah.
You're not just looking this shit up and just saying it like this shit is. Listen, I'm geeking out, but listen, we both hip hop junkies here. Yeah. But yeah, I want to appreciate that, yo, man. Your flows is crazy. So, at what point did you start out with all the different flows?
I mean,
you're not stuck on the flow. You're not stuck on no production.
Yeah.
The production varies. Yep. And I want to get into some particular songs too, but yeah.
Yeah, I always like, you know, when I was younger, because I started out, even before I was rapping, I was writing short stories as a kid. So that's where,
makes sense,
like, my love of, like, you know, diction and all that really came from.
Specifying.
Yeah, there you go. So, you know, when I got into this shit again, like, I'm thinking about it like, you know, what can make me stand out? You know, once I got next to Conway and everything. And even before that, like, I always just wanted to just do me, you know what I mean? Like, I used to love jazz samples. My man Mitch Arizona, like, I used to always, like, me and him, we work closely together. And you're going to start hearing from him, too. But, you know, once I kind of got next to Conway, I was like, I don't want to be stuck in a box of, you know, I can only do this. Like, you know, people... I'm not saying that he's stuck in a box.
That's how they talk, bro.
That's how they talk. They look at him, oh, nah, like, I want to hear this from Conway. Like, nah, but I like to, you know, move around, bounce around a little bit because I don't like to be stuck in no box. You know what I'm saying? So my projects, that's kind of how they're built. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes,
I want to be over here with it. I want to be over here with it, over here. So that way you can't put me in no box. Like, I just want to make good music. And, you know, when I go to the studio, I'm writing how I feel. It's current.
Yes,
it's very,
you're
very
right.
current.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
you know, I might be in a great mood, and I might make, you know what I'm saying, a outside song, or I might be in another mood, and I might make a calm bass song. You know what I'm saying? It all just depends on how I feel, but I just don't ever want to be put in no box.
Yeah, man, you got various different type of songs. Like I said, I do want to get into a couple of particular, but before my audience kills me, because I don't want to drag on the Conway thing. You said, how did you guys link up? He just heard some of your music?
So what it was with Conway, and shout out to the big bro, you know, I knew of Conway going way back to like 2012, I think it was, or 2013, when American Greed came out, and then Physical Therapy.
Okay, from the town, right?
Yeah, from the town. But what I was doing was, in the town, like I was running with my homies, man, Potts and OJ and my man Weeze and everybody else, you know what I'm saying? And we was just promoting my music. So, you know, I had mixtapes that was coming out, and then I was doing like different ciphers. I was holding those at my job. I was working at a sneaker store, you know what I'm saying? I was working in sneakers for like 10 plus years.
You gotta get into that too.
Right. So, you know, I was doing that. I was just running around. I was always doing shows. I was always active. I was always just moving around, just trying to get my name known, get my buzz going. And I think Con kind of caught ear from that, you know what I'm saying? But we just never connected, you know what I'm saying? And we, like, Con is the type, like, he knows everything that's going on, but he just won't say shit. You feel what I'm saying? And so I think, you know what I'm saying, he was like, yo, you was on my radar for a short. So 2016 came around, and he had, like, hit me up, and he was doing a show in Buffalo on Halloween. He brought out Prodigy, brought out Mayhem Loren, all them, you know what I'm saying? And you know, he asked me to open up, and I opened up, and then he was like, from there, he was like, because I brought out a crazy crowd. You know what I'm saying? And everybody knew the lyrics to the songs I was doing.
Okay, so you had some.
Yeah, I had a nice little buzz. So, you know, motherfuckers came out, they supported, and he was like, yo, from that time, you was kind of on my radar. So he knew if he ever got in position, he wanted to fuck with me. You know what I mean? So, you know, we just kind of chopped it up from there, and then, you know, 2020 came. I quit my job. You know what I'm saying? During COVID, it was like right after the whole George Floyd thing, and I was trying to go back to my job after being furloughed for a while. It just didn't work out. Like, we went separate ways. I was there for almost 9 years, and we just ended up going separate ways. And a couple of days later, like, Conway reached out to me and said he had interest in signing me. So it was like almost like I had to take a leap of faith.
Well, I mean, but I don't know if you. That has to be motivation though, because did it happen that close together? As far as time frame?
I quit my job on Friday. Conway hit me up on that Sunday.
Oh nah, then you know that means it's time to get busy.
That was God. That was nothing but God. You feel me?
Because I was gonna ask you that because at some point though, with certain artists, you are gonna have to take that leap of faith. Mm-hmm. That's still a leap of faith because you're not looking for a new job now. You really, you know.
There you go. Yeah, and it wasn't even like a situation where, you know, it was an immediate thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's like in the works.
Yeah, because Drumwork, it was, you know, he knew that he was gonna do it, but he'll tell you, you know what I'm saying? So what ended up happening was, and this happened in June, is when I quit my job. And so, you know, this was it was in the beginning of June. And so I went the whole summer, and I dropped Asphalt Calligraphy in September. Fire. And then October is when he finally said, yo, come down to the session I got in New York. So we came down, and we recorded, you know, probably 3-4 songs. Not together. I recorded a few songs. Love the Genius came to and recorded a few songs. And from that session, that week I think we spent down here, you know, he was like, man, we got to start Drumwork now. You know what I'm saying? Got to start it now. And so, you know, then it took another few months after that to really go through the whole process of getting signed and everything. So, you know, it was really a leap of faith. You know what I'm saying? Because all this time, you know, since 2020, I've been out here.
You got it, you know, keep positive. I know, mm-hmm. It's tough.
Yeah.
And this is post-pandemic. No, this is during the pandemic. During and post. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's another concern. So, you know, salute to you.
Yeah.
And, you know, people can use that as encouragement, man, and as inspiration to keep the to keep, you know, when you work, because you had put work in too. It's not like you weren't, so you were working and working.
Right, exactly.
So it wasn't like you didn't, you didn't have your regular job as well, your day job as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, just, keep the faith, you know, it's you just never know
when
when
you
the
get
time.
that, when you get that opportunity, it's like, you ain't gonna know it's that opportunity. You just gotta know that it's that opportunity. Like, it's been plenty of times, bro, like where I done sat down and decided between a plane ticket and paying a gas bill, or a plane ticket and paying my car note. Like, it's been plenty of times that that's happened. And I'm telling you this, you know what I'm saying, just off the strength that, like, I really went through it. And I want people to understand, like, it's not sweet.
It's not sweet.
It's not sweet. It's not easy. But, you know what I'm saying, when you want something bad enough, God gonna put you in a position to make it happen, but you gotta make the decision to really do it.
You have to help yourself. And I'm glad you went there, because that's what the Go-Getter TV is about. I want to highlight, you know, the artistry and the struggle, not the struggle, but the
process.
The process, thank you.
Yeah,
Exactly, the process, because the internet and just people just so misguided. So, you know, you to me, it's like, okay, yeah, I did the interview with Cartoon Beats. Boom. Okay. Oh yeah, Jae Skeese here. Oh yeah, he chilling. That's the story to me. So
Yeah,
and a lot of people take it that way.
Right.
So, but yeah, salute to Con, salute to your hard work, salute and representing the city, the town, Buffalo in the building. We in NYC. I want to specify though some specific songs again, man, because your writing, like I say, your writing is incredible. I don't care if y'all mad, because I'm a praiseless brother. Excuse me, I'm a praiseless brother, because y'all gonna catch up if you're not on board. So I'm gonna pull up a couple of songs that I just think you have so many.
Yeah, I got a lot of music.
You got a lot, and it all varies. Like, I just want to mention, like, you got a song called All In.
Yep.
These are all random to show that your diversity.
Yeah. Hold on, before you even do that though, I just gotta say real quick, because I know you just said this about your fan base, man. It ain't nothing wrong with being a fan of nobody else.
They don't
Like,
understand
it ain't nothing wrong, because I'm a big fan. It'd be people that I meet, you know what I'm saying, where it's like, yo, I get it, like, you kind of like a peer now almost, but yo, you still you. So hold on, bro, I just gotta let you know, when I was 15 and that song came out, bro, thank you. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with that, bro. Like, but the thing is, I feel like people only do that when it comes to hip hop. Like, if we talking about a football or basketball team, it's okay to be a fan.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But you talk about hip hop and shit like that. Oh man, you dick riding, you this, you that. Like, bro, it ain't like, bro. Just let whoever it is be a fan, bro.
And listen, we know the difference.
There's nothing wrong with that.
We know the difference.
It's a big difference, and we know what it is.
We know the difference if a nigga straight jocking and all that shit. But listen, man, you gotta appreciate the culture and those who are in it, giving you the quality that you're saying you want and looking for.
Because you never know, man. Like, nothing is promised, no day is promised. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate it while you got it.
That's why I even started the whole platform to DagogetaTv. You know, this is where hip hop lives, so we could cherish this shit, and it don't just get out of our hands completely.
No doubt. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro, but I just had to say that, bro.
Nah, I'm glad you did. This is what it's all about: real talk and just like you're saying, expressing ourselves. I feel like, you know, we hip hop junkie brothers and shit. So,
you know what I mean? Straight up, bro.
You get it though.
Word,
you get it
though. That's a fact.
But so your shit is just so. And talking to you, it all adds up. You know, I say, you got a song, Ekin too. I really want to get into that too. We're gonna get into that next.
For sure.
Wealth for Your Mind. Y'all gotta check these songs and see just how versatile it is. She threw her fours up. I said, oh nah. This nigga's showing off over here.
That's for the homies.
I said, nah.
That's for the homies. That's for the homies. Oh yeah.
I was like, okay, and I heard that one later on, so I was like, okay. Drip or Down.
Drip or Drown.
Drip or Drown.
From the Big Ghost. That's one of my. I thought that one was gonna be the one on the tape that people loved the most, between that and Stick Up, and people loved Shuttlesworth for him. That was the one that people love.
Yeah.
But it always be like that, you know, the one that you think everybody's gonna love it's never that, and the one that you like the least is gonna be the one
that's
that people love.
That's what I do want to ask you next too. Gun safety, and then one that I heard. This ever happened to you? I heard this song. I heard it a couple of times when I was listening, but I think yesterday or the day before, I really zoned in. 150 with Tax.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, God damn, this nigga's body.
Yeah.
How did I miss it? But I listened to it. But I'm like, that ever happened to you? You hear a song, but then like one day you just like, oh shit.
Yeah, and it really connects, because you know J. Cole said it on one of his joints. I can't remember what it is, but it's from the off season, and he said, I forget what song it is, but he was like, you know, my man sent me the beat, and he sent me it like a year ago, and I wasn't even feeling it at first. But sometimes you gotta let it marinate. Sometimes, like it'll be like that. Like you'll have like a blank canvas, and you might not have anything to paint on it because you haven't lived and you haven't had any experiences. It could be a beat, it could be a canvas, it could be anything. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's a song. Sometimes, you know, it just might not. You might not feel it. Like you might not like a certain food when you try it when you're 20, and then when you have it when you're 30, it's fire.
That's a fact, especially with the food.
You get what I'm saying?
Word up.
And I told a story around the birdaphone. You feel
wait.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
and that was
yeah.
like, that was one of the first songs that I wrote in that session that I told you about when I came down here. So that was probably the second or third song that I recorded in that first session that I had with Conway. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I was just on some, like I had the idea for the song. We sat in the studio and I wrote it. And I remember once I was done recording it and Con heard it, he was like, yo, you really just sat there and wrote that? That's like a whole story. Like, you really just sat there and wrote that? I'm like, shit, I had the idea already. I just had to put it into words. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, my nigga, yo, you definitely are you know, really good writer. Because I just really started tapping in, I guess, like a couple of months ago, and I just really, because the only thing I was really listening to at first was the I'm sorry, I'm butchering it, the Pliskin joint.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I didn't really, so once I started tapping, I'm like, oh shit, this nigga's got like a variation of shit. Mm-hmm. So the sneakers though, man, I don't think I've ever heard anyone make, so I can't even say it, like make such solid songs revolving around sneakers and sneaker references. Mm-hmm. So that comes from, I mean, it comes from working in the sneaker store, or you would love sneakers and then you went and worked in the sneaker store?
When I was growing up, I never had sneakers. Like I was wearing Spalding. I was literally Spaldings and Airwalks. Like that was what I used to wear. I got my first pair of Nike Ones. I was in 6th grade. So, you know, up until I was about 12 years old, I never used to get kicks. And I used to, like my best friend I was telling you about when I was growing up that inspired me to rap. He would get every pair of Jordans that came out. So, my whole thing was this. I wasn't like, up until like after I turned, you know, 16, I wasn't in the streets. I was, you know what I'm saying, I was chilling. I was working a job. I was going to school. I was trying to rap. I was focused. So I wasn't on some
regular shit.
Yeah, I was chilling. I was chilling, bro. So, you know, and I started working. I wanted to get every pair of sneakers that I missed out on when I was a kid, right? And so as I grew as an artist, you know what I mean, I was working at the sneaker store. I had crazy sneaker knowledge, and I'm like, yo, it's a million rappers out here that talk about bricks and talk about how they gonna shoot you, and they talk about how they fucked your bitch, and they talked about how they finessed the plug and ran off on the plug, and you know what I'm saying, they spinning the block. I'm like, yo, why can't I be just as nice as everybody else? Instead of me talking about these bricks, I'm talking about these kicks.
These kicks.
I'm talking about, and this is what we do as a culture. We get fresh. So why can't I be the illest nigga with the bars, but I'm just talking about kicks instead of talking about drugs? What's the difference?
There is none.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just read a comment online and somebody just said, yeah, man, this dude Skeese, he talk about kicks every other bar. And I'm like, what's wrong with that?
And you flipping it.
Yeah, and I'm flipping it. So, you know, I just got a crazy sneaker knowledge, man. I just got a crazy appreciation for like the whole sneaker culture, and you know, I grew up in it. You know what I'm saying? And I just like to make it a big part of what I do, man, because I love it so much. You know what I mean? I love getting fresh. I love looking down and just like, damn, I got these shits on my feet. Oh, these shits is crazy. Like, you know what I mean? And all my homies, like, we just represent that. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Yeah, man, hell of an answer, and I definitely feel that, and I can relate to that. I'm sure a lot of us can. You know, that, like you said, it's all part of the culture. It's all relevant. Yeah. And, you know, keep doing you and stick to it, man. You got fans like me. You got fans from my audience and the people who are going to catch up after this interview, too. But what I do want to say is the grind, though, man. You've been grinding this whole weekend. You know, you've been speaking with your manager, with your people. We've been trying to set it up. I know you're moving through the city. Yeah. How much has the pace been picking up, though? I do want to talk about that.
I mean, especially now, like, you know, now that the album is, you know, getting ready to come out, it's been kind of crazy. Like, it's an everyday thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on the phone with Pops literally all day. I'm on the phone with OJ all day, and you know, my man Chad, I'm on the phone. Literally, it's like back-to-back calls. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what we doing? Okay, cool. Okay, this changed. Okay, cool. So, you know, it's been pretty crazy, but you know, you can't complain about what you pray for.
It's a good thing.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a good thing.
You can't complain about what you pray for.
That's why I want to ask, because I can see it picking up too. You know, I'm definitely going to be tapped in. Before I close out, though, I want to ask one thing for the up-and-comers. What do you think contributes to the progress you're having?
Consistency.
Okay.
Yeah, consistency. And just staying down, man, like through whatever, because I forget what we were listening to earlier. We was listening on the way down here. We drove down earlier, and we were listening to Wallow Talk. You know what I'm saying? And he just kept saying, like, yo, you know, you gonna come out of whatever it is that you're going through. You just got to get through it. You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying earlier, man, there's been so many times where, you know, I done had to choose between, you know what I mean, a plane ticket and a gas bill, or a plane ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to really make those decisions. And, you know, it's hard to it's always hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel, like when you're in the middle of it.
Damn near impossible.
You know what I'm saying? It's real hard to do that, but, you know, sometimes you just got to stick it through, man, and, like, you know, say, I'm not giving up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have like a loser's mentality. I always had like I just gotta stick with it because I know it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you have that type of mentality, if you can develop that type of mentality, if you don't already have it, I would say just, you know, that's very important, because you gotta stick with it. It's not like nothing is ever gonna be given to you, and if it is, more than likely it's not worth having.
It's not gonna last.
Yeah, that too.
And I think also they gotta understand that I think for a majority of people, but for a lot of people in that lane, it's gonna be a constant battle, constant reminder. It's not like every day you just gonna feel like yeah. It's gonna be constant reminders. Like, nah, man, you gonna have to hype yourself up sometimes. Sometimes you're gonna be like, damn, nah, man, what am I thinking? I got it. So it's gonna be a lot of ups and downs as far as that mental stability.
When I tell you I've done that, probably what you just said, countless times.
Yeah,
And we only in March right now. I've done that countless times this year.
What am I doing?
You know what I'm saying?
What am I thinking? I've been listening. I've been there, and you gotta remind yourself, like, yo, but you're too far gone in, though.
That's what I was saying. I'm too far into it now.
I be talking to my man Cheese, shout out to franchise. I be talking to them like, yo, I'm too far in. It's like, damn. You look back and it's like, god damn, that's a long way back.
That's a fact.
So,
that's a fact.
But I want to shift gears real quick. When you mentioned, this is when I really knew you was a fan of music. You mentioned Big Crit being slept on.
Shit. That's fine. That's how I know you really listen.
Nah, I'm not fucking
fine.
around. Like, I'm geeked out with this shit.
Wow.
But, and I was like, yo, it threw me back. I was like, the fuck? So, because he is very slept on, and you reference something else, the reason why, man. And that's what I talk about all the time. I'm like, yo, y'all dudes are full of shit. Y'all say y'all want certain type of music and certain type of artists, and then here you're not really rocking with them. Yeah. So I just wonder, are there any other artists you feel like, you know, maybe not getting no kind of shine? That's when they putting some quality shit out.
I mean, it's a million artists like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a million different cats. My favorites, you know, a few of my favorites. You know, I love Lupe Fiasco.
Shout out to Lupe.
Yeah, if I model my style around anybody, it will probably be closest akin to him and like a few other cats, but he will probably have the biggest percentage of the pie. You know what I mean?
Another Kicks guy.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Just a different mind, man. One of the, if not the best lyricists ever, like hands down. You know what I'm saying? But you got like your Lupes, you got, man, to a certain degree, like Nas. You know what I'm saying?
To a certain degree,
like cats love him. But at the same time, it'd be kind of iffy.
It's still flaky.
It'd be iffy. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be flaky.
It'd be iffy with Nas, and it's like, yo, how are y'all iffy with this nigga? Like, how can you be flaky on Nas, bro? Like, how? I don't get it. You know, and then you got cats like, you know, I love Big L, but I feel like I don't see his name enough. You know what I'm saying? I love Big L. Man, like I said, I can go down the list, bro. It's a million different cats. Ab-Soul.
Dope ass projects like shit too.
Yeah, love that joint. That Herbert joint.
Yeah,
you know, but I just feel like, you know, it's a lot of these cats who just, you know, I want to see them on top of the world. You know what I mean? And not saying that they aren't at all.
Nah, but I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, even the person you just mentioned, Ab-Soul, man, salute to Ab. I feel, well, finding out what he was going through is, and I don't understand.
Crazy.
But there's just certain steps you're gonna have to take to be a part of, you know, leveling up as well. And I see he started to do that.
Yeah.
Even with the music to a certain extent, even though I don't, like I said, with you, I really think you hit all the different angles and shit.
Yeah.
But I just got a few more fan out questions I want to ask. Give me 3 albums you would say that you played to death. Rap, of course, if you want to throw in something else as a extra. But
Saba, Care For Me. Or Saba, I forget how you say it.
yeah, I don't know.
I want to say Saba, but
I've heard people say Saba, so there you have it.
Care For Me. That album got me through, like I mentioned earlier, man, with my best friend, man, Weez, Everything for Weez, for his up, rest in peace. When he passed away, that album helped get me through that. You know what I'm saying? It's an amazing album, because if you listen to that album, his cousin had passed away. I was like his best friend, and that's what he's talking about through the album. If you really listen to it,
yeah, sometimes you got to.
he like the story that he's telling, the picture that he's painting about being from Chicago is just otherworldly. You know what I'm saying? But that joint, Food and Liquor, I played that out. And the last one that I played out was To Pimp a Butterfly.
Nice.
That was like when that shit dropped, man. I was just like, because I remember when it dropped, nobody was really rocking with it. Like as far as the people that I knew and and I had access to their opinions, it was like, yo, what the fuck is like, what's this funky? Because you got to think the first couple songs they put you in it almost put you in the 70s just because of the bass and the live
That's the only
instruments.
one I wasn't really rock the King Kunta shit. I was like, but
I liked it. A lot
of people liked it.
You know, as I'm listening to it and still listening to it, it just progressively just got better and better and better and better. It's crazy. Like that album is
How much $1? What was it? I can't remember no fucking titles.
How much $1 cost?
Incredible. Morning Man. He got
crazy.
So those are some dope albums. You got Kendrick, Lupe, and Saba, Don't Kill Me.
Yeah.
Kill us. Don't kill us.
Give us grace.
But that's dope right there. Give me one of y'all, and not the, because I know how people get crazy. One of your producers you really like working with and tapping in with.
Mitch Arizona. He's one of the illest producers. You know what I'm saying? As far as sound, as far as the samples that he picks, and just having a good ear for, you know, good music. You know what I'm saying? He's one of my closest friends. Yeah, right. And I think he knows what sounds good and what doesn't. You know what I mean? We clash sometimes because I want to do what I do, and you know what I mean. He wants shit to be like this. I want shit to be like this, but that's my guy, man. You know what I mean? He's one of them cats like you're gonna be hearing about soon for sure. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
And before we close out, it wouldn't be right if I didn't ask a kicks question. So just give me 3 kicks that you've bought multiple times, like
Aqua 8s.
Oh, the bugs you got! I'm looking for those right now.
That's the illest shoe ever. So I got a pair of those. In 2021, and the pair that I got, the production date on the inside is my birthday. So it's like, yo, that's a match made in heaven. But that's my favorite shoe ever.
Yeah, so it's crazy.
Those, I bought the metallic 5s more than I think 3 or 4 times, and black and chrome 8s. I probably had those about 4 or 5 times.
There you have it for my sneaker heads, for my hip hop heads. Thank y'all for tapping in. My guy Jae Skeese. Any closing words you want to give to the people?
Man, just make sure y'all gear up for that Abolished Uncertainties, man. It's dropping 3/24. It's the project. It's not a project.
Talk to him.
It's the album, man. And you get in my entire story, my whole life, all the illest shit. You know what I'm saying? From the beats to the lyrics to the stories I'm telling. It's just the illest shit you ever heard in your life. Along with the videos, the rollout is crazy. So just make sure y'all tap in, man. I got that shit dropping. I got more shit coming too. And make sure y'all keep running up Pain Provided Profit. That's some of the illest shit. Shout out to my big bro Conway. Everybody at Drumwork. Everybody First Class. Ultra, all my niggas full is up. You already know, man. We in the building.
Talk to him, man. It's the DagogetaTv where hip hop lives. I'm your guy, Deme D, Mr. Everywhere. You never there. Stay bringing you that fresh, dope talent, MCs, culture, lyricism. Tap in, hit that red button,